guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe. Today I am coming on here, want to chat with you a little bit about my current eating, my diet, and workout schedule for the upcoming year, what I plan to do, goals, things like that, some old diets, some new diets, my thought on some things. Jason, I just got back from a walk. We did about 3.5 miles. It's raining outside, so I'm a little wet, and disgusting. My hair's a mess. What in the actual a rat tail? Alright, fixed my rat tail. I'm a mess. We all know this. So, anyway, I had a client of mine, I'm pretty sure it was a personal training client that had first asked me about it, but I had a client ask me about 75 hard. I always, since I got into fitness, since I started personal training and teaching fitness, I have always tried every fad diet, whatever, fasting, keto, Atkins, WW, Whole30, paleo. I've tried every diet there is out there. I usually stick to about 20-80 is how my diet is. I do 20% processed food, about 80% whole foods. That's usually what I stick to on a normal basis. I don't eat much processed stuff at all, hardly any sugar, for my own reasons, to each their own. But I tried keto, was probably the last. I think keto was probably the last one that I've tried. Yeah, I did vegan. I've done all kinds of things, but keto was the last one I tried, and I always like to research everything thoroughly before I start it. So I've been researching 75 hard, and what I found out is it's not even a diet. So I had someone, hair client, last week, and I was like, let me get there, because they're like, have you did 75 hard? I'm like, getting ready to right now. So the answer to that is yes. I'm about to start 75 hard. So my research into this, it's not a diet. There's like these different steps that he goes through, and I'm actually pretty good with that kind of stuff in general. So some of the things I already do anyway. So I was like, well, what the heck? Yeah, I'll do this one. This should be pretty easy for me. So here's the things that you have to do for 75 hard. I wrote them down so that way I don't forget one while I'm going over it. You have to follow a diet. He doesn't say what diet's your diet of your choice, so I'm going to continue the diet I always do, my 80-20. So you can do any diet, your choice. 2 workouts that have to be 45 minutes. One of them has to be outside, so you have to go outdoors for one. No alcohol, no cheat meals. I'm good with both of those. I don't drink, and you have to take a progress picture every day. That's the one I'm probably going to struggle with the most. I'm not really sure why that is, why he wants a progress picture every day and not once a week or once a month. I'm not sure, so I don't really know, and I couldn't figure out why that is a thing. But so that's probably the one I'll struggle with the most. So my plan is, before I go on my 45-minute outdoor walk or my 45-minute workout, because I'm going to do one in the morning, one in the evening, because you can't do it within 3 hours of each other. So I plan on, when I wake up in the morning, taking a progress picture and then going to do my workout. So then that way it's just a habit, So then the other thing is a gallon of water, which I do that every day, sometimes over a gallon, and 10 pages of a book. And it can't be an audio book, it has to be like a paperback book. So I think that's great. I read for a long time and I kind of got out of it, so I'm hoping with this it'll help me get back into that. So I'm just going to kind of break these down with my thoughts and feelings on them. After losing all that weight and getting disciplined in life, I found that if I don't stick to my routine, then I fall off. I know there's an argument back and forth about weighing yourself every day. I weigh myself every day, and every single time that I have not weighed myself every day, it's almost, for me, not saying it for everyone, to each their own, but for me, I fall off the wagon every time. It's like out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see the number, then it's like whatever. I don't really focus too much on the number, but I do agree that there is a healthy weight, and so I do make sure that I stay within a certain range. So, but anyway, that's another tangent. I'm getting off on a rant. So let me go over these and what I think about this in terms of someone starting out that's new to fitness or nutrition or discipline in this area of their life. So follow a diet. He doesn't say what kind of diet, and like I said, this isn't after my research, it's not a diet. It's a lot of people, I don't even think, lose weight. They might lose a couple pounds or whatever, but anyway, so with that being said, with someone new just coming into fitness, I would not recommend that you get on a diet like keto or whatever. I think starting out, this is for a newbie, someone that has never been in the gym, that's, maybe a New Year's resolution or whatnot. But more so to cut out something, like pick 2 things to cut out, like sugar, and if you're snacking on chips late at night or in the evening or something like that, or just to clean up your diet. I don't want to eat processed food, and I'm going to only allow myself this type of processed food. Okay, not something that's like a whole diet, like I'm going to cut out bread, and I'm going to cut out soda, and I'm going to cut out sweets, and this and that, and just, no. So, and then if I was new starting out to this, also the 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes a day, 2 times a day for someone starting out is, I don't want to say not sustainable, but 2 workouts a day at 45 minutes is so overwhelming. Even for somebody that already has, like me, we'll say me, I already do usually a 20 to 40, well, more like 20 to an hour walk, depending on what my time is. So 20 minutes to an hour walk every day, I do. So, me and the dogs. Well, Jace now. So, I already have that, and plus on top of that, I do a workout. I have 2 break days a day. So 45 minutes for me, 1 outside, 1 inside, every day is tough even on me. Someone who has taught classes for one point in my life several hours a day. So starting out, I would not recommend anyone to do 45 minutes. And that's just me. It's just what, just from my experience from losing, over 100 pounds and thinking about how I was when I first started, I would have failed. But anyway, with that being said, you could still do it, but just take the time and cut it in half. So instead of 45 minutes, just do 20 minutes. 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. You could do an outside walk for 20 minutes, and then later in the day, you could do a dumbbell workout or, a body weight workout for 20 minutes. Start there. And then work your way up eventually if you want to do it again, and just that way you're just getting yourself in the habit of doing something. No alcohol cheat days. So for someone new, I mean, I don't know what your life's like. I don't know if you be throwing back beers every day. I don't know. But for me, that one's easy. I've never been a big drinker, so I maybe drink once a year, if even that. Cheat meals I usually do maybe once a month, or if it's like my birthday or something like that. So just don't go ham if you're new. Don't, be like, oh, I've done so good for a month, I'm going to eat my month's worth of cheat things in one meal. So there's that. And then take a progress photo every day. I don't know. I'm there with you. I seriously, I'm not going to struggle with 45-minute workouts. I'm not going to struggle with that gallon of water. I'm not going to struggle with that diet, but I'm going to struggle with taking pictures of myself every day. But I'm going to do it. So I don't know. I'm in that one with you if you're going to have a hard time with that one. A gallon of water a day, I'm not really sure what that's based off of. I don't, I mean, everybody's body's different. So like for me and Jimmy, we sweat a lot. So, we're sweating out a lot. So we need to replace that water. And so someone that's new, or, it goes by your body size, but, with my gallon of water, what I always, everyone that knows me knows I carry around a jug of water every day, and I put it in my hydro flask or whatever cup I have, for that couple days or whatever. I usually change it out every couple days. Yeah, I'm disgusting like that. But, all I have in me to clean my hydro flask. Anyway, so yeah, my gallon of water I bring with me. I'm getting off again on my little tangent. But, my ADHD kicking in. But, so I always I've drank that gallon of water since I started in fitness, a couple years ago. So I always make sure I have a gallon with me. And what I do is by 1 o'clock, well, midday, whatever midday is for you, I don't know. But for midday for me is usually around 1 or 2. I make sure that my water jug is to the halfway mark. And then if it's not, then I have to get it there. And then the rest of the day I spend, drinking that water. But I start with a quart jar of water first thing in the morning, and then I drink my gallon on top of it. That's just my body. I mean, he says a gallon of water. I mean, if you're only drinking a cup of water and you're going to go from a cup of water to a gallon, I mean, you're going to be in the bathroom a lot. But I started with a gallon when I first started working out. But, I mean, to each their own. So I would set a marker at least 60 to 70 fluid ounces a day or something. If you're only getting like a cup, I know that's crazy to say, but I was probably only getting like 8 ounces of water a day. And it seriously does help so much with like cravings and the way you feel. It's really crazy now that I know what it's like to be dehydrated and hydrated. I'll get an instant headache. Like, if I haven't drank my water and it's later in the day, it's like all of a sudden I just get a headache, and it's like that. And I'm like, how much water have I drank? And that's always the first thing I think. And I'm like, that's what it is. I haven't drank my water. And like I'll get dizzy now, and I can feel my heart palpitations and all kinds of stuff if I don't drink my water like I normally do. So I don't know if it's that my body's gotten used to that much, or I'm not sure. But anyway, so a gallon of water a day. I would just set, these goals to where you're at, and then just go a little bit above what you are now. So anyway, 10 pages out of a book. I mean, that's not bad. And it's just aggravates me so much whenever people say things like I don't have time, or I'm too busy, or I'm too tired, I'm so fat, there's no way I can do that, and all the excuses. Believe me, I had all the excuses for years. I remember when I first started running, because I remember noticing there was like a switch that had flipped in me, where normally if I was out and I was walking or jogging, I would instantly think in my head, they're probably thinking, oh my gosh, look at that girl, she's out here running, she's so fat, like, or like I would worry that my legs were shaking or this was shaking and whatever. So I remember there was a time it was like a switch flipped in me, and it was like I just changed the way I thought about it. I thought, maybe they did. And it was like in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, that person probably just went by and was like, oh my gosh, look at her jogging, she's so fat, And then it was funny because it was like in my head, another switch flipped and was like, at least I'm out here running. You're probably going home scrolling Facebook, nosing up in everybody's business, and eating whatever, and then making fun of me when I'm out here trying to better myself. And I remember just feeling how different it was to feel like on the other side of things, instead of just downing myself all the time. And that's a huge thing when it comes to anything in life, not just fitness and things like that, but all things in life. And I really think that discipline and structure is huge in life, not just in fitness, just all around. And I was always more of a disciplined type person, getting up, making my bed. I have certain things that I do every day, and I don't usually say, sometimes I will run my mouth, but I usually don't say anything when people say, like, I don't have time, or I'm too tired, or how do you do that? When I was teaching, several times a day on top of work, everyone would be like, I don't know how you have energy. I just don't have energy. I'm so tired, blah, 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 blah. And it's crazy because when you get up, even if I feel my best workouts, runs, whatever, has been whenever I didn't feel like doing it. Whenever I didn't feel like doing it. There was so many times when I was just working my ass off in the gym and hair and, lifeguarding, fitness floor, whatever I was doing that day. And I would have to teach again for like the third or fourth time for the day, or train, or whatever I was doing. Because normally I would teach twice in the pool. I would do my own workout, and I would do hair, and then I'd have to teach my class at the end of the day. I always liked doing a workout of my own because it was for me, not for, everyone. I enjoy working out with other people, but I always liked doing a workout with me for myself. But anyway, I remember when I'd get to the end of the day at 6 o'clock, 7. I there for a while taught at 7, but I think I moved it up at 6 at this point in time, and I still had to teach at 6, and I was just like, oh my gosh, in my head, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I am so tired. Maybe I should can't. There was just like excuse after excuse in my head, and I'd snap myself back and be like, no, you're fine. You can do it. Get down there, teach. You'll have a great class. You'll feel so much better when you're done. And I would just go through the motions, and I'd go down and do it. And I mean, it was like a spring again, and I'd be right back up. And I know that's crazy to say, but if you just get up and do it. So many times I had such good runs, like some of the best PRs that I've ever had, was days that I didn't feel like doing it. And a lot of people were like, what motivates you? What gets you going? And I don't have motivation a lot of times. A lot of times I'm like, screw this. I don't want to do it. But I have a habit of doing it. It's just like brushing my teeth, washing my face. It's a habit that I do every day, and I consistently do it. And that's what in the 75 hard he's doing at the end of the day. I mean, he's trying to get you disciplined and get it into a habit in 75 days. But so many times, especially when I was running early, and there's a lot of mornings when it's really cold, it's snowing or whatever. So many times, I could be like, well, it's snowing outside. It's raining outside. I mean, I'm literally, you can't really tell, I'm soaking wet right now. I could have been like, this band is soaking wet. My hair has dried a little bit. But there's so many times that I could have been like, it's raining outside. It's too cold. It's too wet. The sun's shining too bright. It's too hot. It's whatever. It's what it is excuses. But I would get up and I would be saying all the excuses in my head, and I would take my clothes and I'd put on my workout pants and my shirt, and I'd lace up my shoes, and I'd just sit there for a second, a lot of times like this. Then I would take my headphones and put it in. That's something that really gets me going. I go ahead and start playing my music as I'm getting ready to go, and inspirational podcast or anything that gets you going. And I'd get to go on to, the music, and I'd get in my groove, and then I'd start running. And then when I first started running, it'd be like I just set out to be doing a mile run, and I couldn't do it, and I'd be making up excuses. I'd get out there and walk the mile, then I'd be like, let's run. So then I'd run a mile, and then I'd be like, hey, you did one, do another one. So I'd do another one, and another one, and another one, and I am not kidding you. Some days when I was off, I would just set out to run 1 mile, have all the excuses in my head, get myself out there by saying, let's just walk a mile and then you'll be done. And then I would run anywhere from 6 to 10 miles. Yeah. That's the difference in having excuses and finding a solution to where it gets you out there and at least gets you moving. It's just like when people are in class, they're like, I can't keep up with you. I don't care. I don't care if you can keep up with me. I don't care if you can keep up with the girl beside you. Keep moving. That's all it is movement. Just keep moving. And your body, it needs movement. And I'm really truly excited about 75 hard, just for the fact that, like I said, I do most of the things already. My walks are usually 20 minutes to an hour, sometimes more, just depending on how much time I have for the day, with Jace, and then sometimes with Jimmy, and then I do a workout anyway regardless. So every January, 4 years I think now, I think it's been 4 years, I do a yoga challenge. So that's 35 minutes every day there. So I'll just add on to that, and I'll just do my 45 outside of a walk or a run, one or the other, with Jace. And then the other one, I will do 20 to 30 minutes of yoga, and then the rest I'll do upper, lower, whatever I'm supposed to be doing for that day. So, I'm just excited for the reading part, really, because I've really been slacking on that, and I was so good. I never was a reader when I was younger, and or fitness type person. I never played sports or anything like that. So it's just funny how you change so much as you get older. But I'm really excited to read. Like I said, I was into reading a couple years ago, and I just kind of got out of it. I don't really know why. And I got a book. Actually, I'm so sorry. Come to think this, Trina, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry. I still have your book. I promise I'll get it back to you. That's the book I'm going to read, so I'll get it back to you for sure. After the 75 days. So anyway, I borrowed a book off my old boss, and it's Tim McGraw's book, Grit and Grace. So I'm looking forward to reading that, and I just keep putting it off. I'm like, well, I got to do this, and that's more important. I got to go do the dishes, or this or that, and just been excuses. That's all that is. So I'm excited to be able to get to reading that and finishing it up, get back into that habit, and get that book finished for Trina so she can have it back. I'm sorry if you've been looking for it. I don't know if you remember if I had it or not, but yes, I still have it. And the progress picture, I'll do it. I don't really understand it. So that's about going to do it for today. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am trying 75 hard. Well, I'm doing it, not trying it. So I'll be doing that starting tomorrow. So I'll bring you guys along with me. I'm so super excited. And if you guys decide to do the lighter version or the regular version, let me know, message me, or comment below. And I really hope you guys succeed all your goals in 2022. And thank you so much for being a part of my channel. I really appreciate it. If you could please like and subscribe. See you guys. Bye.